Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel Streamline Education. I am Chetan and today we are going to solve the numericals from the chapter Effects of Electric Current. So stay tuned. Before solving the numericals, let us revise some basics that we have studied in the 9th standard. First of all, what is current? Current is nothing, it is the flow of charges from one point to another. And the charges can be of two types, that is the negative charge and positive charge. So whenever a charge particle, either it is positive or negative, when it moves from one point to another, then current is produced. So current is nothing but the flow of charges from one point to another. Now we have to remember one thing. What is the direction of the flow of current? Direction of the flow of current is always the same to the direction of flow of the positive particles. ओके, जिस डायरेक्शन में पॉजिटिव चार्ज जाता है उसी डायरेक्शन में इलेक्ट्रिक करंट का फ्लो होता है। अब देखो ये एक सर्किट है, अब इस सर्किट में ये एक बैटरी लगाई है एंड दिस इज द पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द बैटरी एंड दिस इज द नेगेटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द बैटरी। सो फ्रॉम हियर द पॉजिटिव चार्जेस आर गोइंग टू फ्लो, देयरफॉर द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द करंट इज ऑलवेज इन दिस डायरेक्शन, इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द फ्लो ऑफ पॉजिटिव चार्ज। And this is the negative charge, which means that electrons are going to flow in this direction. If electrons flow in this direction, then the direction of electric current will be opposite to the flow of electrons. That we have to remember. Now, this is the flow of charges. And what causes the flow of charges? Potential difference causes the flow of charges. It is a type of pressure which is applied on the charge, because of which the charges move from one point to another point. How can we define potential difference? Potential difference is nothing but the work done for moving the charges. It is the work done for moving the charges from one point to another. So I can write potential difference equals to work done upon total charges transferred. Total charges transferred. Total charges transferred. So potential difference is work done upon total charges transferred. Now we know potential difference is represented by V, so I will write here V. Work done is represented by W and charges are represented by Q. So potential difference equals to work done upon transfer of charges. So if I want to find a formula for the work done, I can easily find out from this expression. Therefore, work done equals to this Q will move to the left hand side and it will become VQ. So this is the formula for work done. Okay. Now, in order for this work to be done, there should be some energy, and this energy is supplied by the battery or the cell. The battery or the cell provides the necessary energy in order to carry out the work done for moving the charges from one point to another point. So that is very essential to understand. Then the next thing that you should know is what is electric current or how electric current is defined. Now electric current is represented by the alphabet I, and it is defined as the charge passing through a conductor in unit time. What is electric current? It is the charge passing through a conductor in unit time. Charge represented by Q and time represented by T. So we get the expression I equals to Q upon T. This is the formula to find out the electric current. Now we have also seen Ohm's law. What does Ohm's law say? That an electric current passing through the conductor, is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across the two ends. What does it say? That the electric current passing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across the two ends. Now let us write an expression for it. So Ohm's law says that the electric current represented by I is directly proportional to the potential difference, that means V, applied across its two ends. Now if I want to remove this proportionality sign, I have to replace it with an equal to sign, and in front of it I have to write a constant. So I will write I equals to K into V, where K is the constant of proportionality. Now I will move K to the left hand side So it will become I upon K equals to V. Now I can write it like this, I into 1 upon K equals to V. It is nothing but I into 1 is I upon K, one and the same thing. But 1 upon K is nothing but it is the resistance. Okay, I upon K is nothing but the resistance. So what does our formula become? That I equals to 1 upon K is R. So it will become I into R equals to V. So I can write that potential difference is a product of electric current and resistance. So this is also a very important formula to be noted down. Okay, V equals to IR, and it is called as the Ohm's law. Now again we will see what happens in this circuit. Now in this circuit the current is flowing in this direction. So let us take 2 points A and B. The charge is going to be moved from point A to point B. Okay, charge का movement हो रहा है from point A to point B. Obviously, for moving the charges, you need some energy, and that energy is supplied by the cell, that is the battery. The battery provides the energy for the work done. That means the work that is performed for moving the charge from A to B. जो वर्क हम परफॉर्म करते हैं फॉर मूविंग द चार्ज फ्रॉम ए टू बी, उस वर्क के लिए जो एनर्जी लगती है वो कौन प्रोवाइड करता है? वो बैटरी या सेल प्रोवाइड करती है. सो एनर्जी एंड वर्क डन आर वन एंड द सेम थिंग. एनर्जी एंड वर्क डन आर वन एंड द सेम थिंग. You have studied earlier that unit of work is also joules and unit of energy is also joules. Now, if I want to find an expression for the power, power is nothing but the work done in unit time, or the rate of doing work is called as power. So, power is equal to work done upon time, the rate at which work is done. So I can write here P equals to W upon T. But work done for moving the charge from A to B is nothing but the energy supplied by the cell. So I can also write it like this, that P equals to energy upon time. Energy upon time. So I get a formula here also that energy is a product of power into time. Now energy is again the work done. And what is work done? We have derived a formula for work done, that W equals to V into Q. So instead of energy, I will write it here V into Q. So this becomes VQ upon time T, where V is the potential difference, Q is the charge, and time in seconds. Now the charge is moving from A to B, so I will write here VAB, which means that the charges are moving from the point A to B. So we get a formula, power equals to energy upon time, and that is equal to VQ upon T. Now if you look at Q upon T, yes, there is Q upon T, and it is nothing but the electric current. So I can replace Q upon T by I. So it becomes VAB, and this Q upon T is I. So I get the formula VAB into I. Now you can play with this formula in order to get different expressions. For example, we know that V equals to IR. Okay, we have studied this. V equals to IR. So VAB can be written as I into R again. Okay, so instead of VAB, I can again write that it is equal to I into R, and again this I, so it becomes I square R. Okay, so this formula has become I square R. So I will write here I square R. Again, we can again play with this formula. We got I square R. Now let us again play with this. I equals to, if I want to find the value of I can take this R down, and I can become V upon R. So I can replace here I with V upon R. So what will be the formula? VAB into R. VAB into I, but I is again V upon R. So I can write here VAB into again V upon R, that is VAB upon R. So you get the formula V square AB upon R. So I can write here that the power is equal to VAB Q upon T, which is equal to VAB I, which is equal to I square R, and it is also equal to V square AB upon R. So you get a lot of formulas for the same thing, that is power. You can see power is energy upon time. Power is the product of potential difference into charge upon time. It is also a product of potential difference into current. It is also a product of the square of current into resistance, and it is also a ratio of the potential difference square upon R. So you have to remember all these formulas so that you can solve the problems according to the conditions specified in the problem. So one important formula for this is, I will again write it down, P equals to energy upon time equals to VABI, and which is also equal to V square AB upon R. So remember these formulas from which we can derive other formulas also. Now on the basis of this we can derive an expression for heat also. Now what happens is that when the energy is supplied by the cell, this energy is utilized in performing the work for moving the charge from A to B, and after that this energy is absorbed by the resistance. Okay, energy is absorbed by the resistance, and because of which the temperature of the resistance rises. Now if I want to draw an expression for this, that is the energy or the heat that is gained by the resistor, then we can find out the expression for it also. For example, I can write heat. Heat is nothing but the energy supplied by the cell. So again I can get the formula energy and heat, one and the same. So energy and heat, energy will be power into time, so heat will also be power into time. Okay, heat is also a product of power into time. Now again we can derive different expressions from it. Okay, that is P, we got the expression for P, that is VABI. So I can write here, instead of P I can write VAB into I into T. So this is also formula for the heat that is gained by the resistor. Now a lot of changes can be done in order to obtain different formulas. Let us again substitute different values by different values. Okay, for example, H equals to VABI, and instead of I can write V upon R. Okay, I can again write I equals to V upon R. So what will it become? VAB into I is V upon R, so VAB upon R, and the left out is time, that is into T. So H will become VAB into VAB, that is V square AB upon R into T. So you get the formula H equals to V square AB R upon R into T. Now instead of replacing I can again replace V. V equals to I R. Now let us see what will it become now. So the original formula is H equals to VAB into I into T. Now initially I replaced I by V by R. Now I am going to keep I as it is, and I am going to replace V by IR. V by IR. So it will become H equals to I into R into I into T. Now I into I is I square, so H equals to I square RT, and this formula, that is H equals to I square RT, is called as the Joule's law of heating. What is it called? It is called the Joule's law of heating. Now let us derive the unit for electrical power. Power, we have seen, it is the product of potential difference into electric current. I can write here P equals to VAB into I. So I can write P equals to 1 VAB into 1 I. Now potential difference, V stands for potential difference, and we have seen potential difference equals to work done upon total charges transferred, that is W upon Q. Now, what is the unit of work done? It will be 1 joule. And what is the unit of charge? Charge is 1 coulomb. So, here I can replace VAB by 1 joule upon 1 coulomb. And into I is the electric current. I is electric current, and electric current is nothing but the charges that flow in a conductor in unit time. So, I equals to Q upon T. The unit of charge is coulomb, so I can write here 1 coulomb, and the unit of time is 1 second. So I can replace I with 1 coulomb upon 1 second. Now what will happen? 1 coulomb get cancelled, and you get power equals to 1 joule upon 1 second. And this value, this unit 1 joule per second is called as watts. Okay, it is called as watts. So the unit of power is watts. But 1 watt is a very small unit, and instead of that we use a bigger unit. So we use 1000 watts, that is equal to 1 kilowatt. So for larger values we use kilowatt instead of watts. This means that if you are using a particular power for 1 hour, okay, if you are using the power of 1 kilowatt, if you are using a power of 1 kilowatt for 1 hour, if you are using a power of 1 kilowatt for 1 hour, then we can say that the energy consumed is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour. And this 1 kilowatt hour is nothing but it is 1 unit. It is nothing but 1 unit. यूनिट आपको पता होगा कि आपका जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल आता है उसमें यूनिट्स लिखा रहता है कि आपने कितने यूनिट्स कंज्यूम किए और उसके हिसाब से बिलिंग होता है. तो एक यूनिट यानी कि 1 किलोवाट आवर. नाउ ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ऑल दीस वी हैव टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम्स फ्रॉम योर टेक्स्ट बुक. लेट अस सॉल्व द फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम. नाउ बिफोर सॉल्विंग रिमेंबर दीस फॉर्मूलाज दैट वी हैव डिराइव्ड. P equals to VQ upon T, and that is also equal to VI, and that is also equal to V square upon R, and H equals to I square RT. Now the problem is heat energy is being produced in a resistance in a circuit at the rate of 100 watts. What is being produced? Heat energy is being produced in a resistance in a circuit at the rate of 100 watts. And what is the unit of power? So the value of power is given. Don't take it as energy. Heat energy is being produced because of this power. And you have to remember one thing, the more the power is there, the more will be the heat produced. So here the value of power is 100 watts. Then a current of 3 ampere is flowing in the circuit. Okay, a current of 3 ampere is flowing in the circuit. That means the value of current is also given. What we have to do? We have to find the value of resistance. That means we have to find R. So let us write down the given things first. Again, if you want to see, read the question twice. Heat energy is produced in a resistance in a circuit at the rate of 100 watts. Heat energy is getting produced in the circuit or in the resistance at the rate of 100 watts. And the current that is flowing in the circuit is 3 ampere. Then what is the value of the resistance? So given is power, that is 100 watts, and current, that is 3 amperes. Now we have to find the value of resistance. Now if you look at the formulas, you get P equals to V square upon R, and from here we can get the value of resistance. But one thing is that we don't know the value of V. So first we need to find the value of V. V is for potential difference. Now we have the formula P equals to, that is power, equals to V into I, that is potential difference into electric current. And power is already given, so let us substitute the values. 100 equals to V into I, that is 3. So 100 and this 3 will go to the left hand side, so 100 upon 3 will be equals to V. So we get the value of V as 100 upon 3. Now we have one more formula, that is V equals to IR, and this is nothing but the Ohm's law. सो अभी V की वैल्यू हमको मिल गई तो इसको सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देंगे, दैट इज 100/3 एंड इक्वल्स टू I इज फॉर करंट, दैट इज 3 एंड इनटू R। अब R की वैल्यू निकालना है तो 3 को लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे लेके जाएंगे तो वो आ जाएगा नीचे, तो ये बनेगा 100 डिवाइडेड बाय 3 into 3 इक्वल्स टू R, और R equals to 100 divided by 3 into 3 is 9. Now let us divide 100 by 9. So dividing 100 by 9. 9 ones are 9. 10 में से 9 गए 1. Again 10. 9 ones are 9. Again 10. So 11.11 and so on. So you get the value of resistance as 11.11. And what is the unit of resistance? It is ohm. So this was a simple question. So the value of resistance comes here to be 11.11 ohm. There are various ways of solving the same problem. We can also use the formula V square upon R, यानी कि P equals to V square upon R. Now let us do it. We got the value of V as 100/3. Now we can use the formula P equals to V square upon R. अब पावर दिया है 100 इक्वल्स टू V का स्क्वायर, यानी कि 100/3 का स्क्वायर, 100/3 का स्क्वायर एंड अपॉन R। चलो अभी इसको सॉल्व करते हैं। 100 इक्वल्स टू 100 का स्क्वायर यानी 4 जीरो आ जाएंगे अपॉन 9 एंड अपॉन R, तो ये बन जाएगा 100 इक्वल्स टू, इसका रेसिप्रोकल हो जाएगा यानी 1/R हो जाएगा, इसके नीचे कुछ नहीं है, इसके नीचे 1 होता है, तो ये अगर इसको डिवीजन को मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है तो इसका रेसिप्रोकल करना पड़ेगा, यानी कि अपॉन 9 इसका रेसिप्रोकल यानी कि 1/R। तो अभी आपको क्या मिलता है 100 इक्वल्स टू 10,000 अपॉन 9R। अब वी हैव टू फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ R, तो R को लेके जाएंगे इधर और 100 चला जाएगा नीचे, सो आई कैन राइट देयरफॉर R इक्वल्स टू 10,000 divided by 100 into 9. Okay, now again these two zeros and these two zeros will get cancelled and you get R equals to 100/9. Okay, यहाँ पे भी क्या मिला था 100/9. So again you are going to get the value of R as 11.11 ohm. Now let us solve the next question. Two tungsten bulbs of wattage 100 watt and 60 watt power work on 220 volts potential difference. If they are connected in parallel, how much current will flow in the main conductor? दो टंगस्टन बल्ब्स है, बल्ब्स जिनका वोल्टेज है यानी कि पावर है उनका 100 वाट एंड 60 वाट पावर के, एंड दे वर्क ऑन 220 वोल्ट्स पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस। जो हमारे घर में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सप्लाई होती है वो जनरली 230 वोल्ट्स या 220 वोल्ट्स की सप्लाई होती है, और हम पहले बल्ब्स यूज करते थे, तो उसमें का एक बल्ब है समझो 100 वाट का और दूसरा बल्ब है 60 वाट पावर का। देन हाउ मच करंट विल फ्लो इन द मेन कंडक्टर? मेन कंडक्टर में कितना करंट फ्लो होने वाला है ये हमको ढूंढ के निकालना है। लेकिन उसमें एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि ये जो बल्ब्स है 100 वाट और 60 वाट के, दे आर कनेक्टेड इन पैरेलल, दे आर कनेक्टेड इन पैरेलल। दिस वर्ड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। नाउ इन द 9th स्टैंडर्ड वी हैव स्टडीड what is resistance in series and resistance in parallel. If you remember, these are resistances and this is a series connection. Okay, इसको बोलते हैं series connection. And second जो होता है parallel connection. Parallel connection कैसा होता है? The resistances are parallel to each other and their ends are joined. So this is a series connection and this is a parallel connection. Now we have to remember that in a series connection, current remains the same, I remains same across each resistance and voltage differs. सीरीज कनेक्शन में हर एक रेजिस्टेंस के अक्रॉस I सेम होता है, यानी कि करंट की वैल्यू सेम होती है और हर एक रेजिस्टेंस पे वोल्टेज की वैल्यू चेंज होती है। और पैरेलल कनेक्शन में I की वैल्यू हर रेजिस्टेंस पे चेंज होती है, यानी कि I1, I2 एंड I3। क्या हो रहा है? I1, I2, I3 यानी कि करंट की जो वैल्यू है वो चेंज हो रही है, लेकिन वोल्टेज जो रहता है अक्रॉस ईच रेजिस्टेंस वो सेम होता है, यानी कि इसमें भी और इसमें भी। दोनों का डिफरेंस समझ आया? पहला वाला जो सीरीज कनेक्शन है उसमें करंट जो बहता है वो सेम होता है, और पैरेलल कनेक्शन में जो करंट बहता है वो रेजिस्टेंस पे, हर एक रेजिस्टेंस पे चेंज होता है। तो अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं पैरेलल कनेक्शन की। तो पैरेलल कनेक्शन में जो करंट है वो चेंज हो जाएगा, और जो टोटल करंट आएगा इट विल बी द सम ऑफ ऑल द करंट्स। ओके, तो यही फंडा हमको यहाँ पे अप्लाई करना है। अब पहला बल्ब दिया है जिसका वोल्टेज है 100 वैट्स, तो हम यहाँ पे लिखेंगे सॉल्यूशन में कि P1 यानी कि पावर 1 दैट इज ऑफ 100 वॉट्स। ओके, देन P2 यानी कि पावर 2 कितना है? 60 वॉट्स का है, एंड 220 वोल्ट्स, और वोल्ट्स किसका यूनिट होता है? पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस का, एंड दैट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय V। सो V इक्वल्स टू 220 V। अब हमको फाइंड आउट करना है करंट। तो पहले में करंट कितना बहेगा? तो पहला कंडीशन लेंगे विद पावर 1, पावर यानी कि 100 वॉट्स का। तो केस 1 जहां पे पावर है 100 वॉट्स और वोल्टेज जो है वी हैव सीन दैट वोल्टेज बदलता नहीं है, तो दोनों कंडीशंस के लिए वोल्टेज सेम रहने वाला है। सो वोल्टेज है यहाँ पे 220 वोल्ट्स। ओके, नाउ वी हैव सीन द फॉर्मूला P इक्वल्स टू V इनटू I। ये फॉर्मूला हम यहाँ पे यूज करेंगे। ये फॉर्मूला क्यों यूज करेंगे? क्योंकि पावर की वैल्यू पता है और वोल्ट्स की वैल्यू भी पता है, उससे हमको करंट निकल जाएगा, यानी कि I1 निकल जाएगा। इसको बोल देते हैं I1। सो पावर की जगह डालो 100 वैट्स, देन पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस है 220 एंड इनटू I1। सो I1 क्या बनेगा? 100 अपॉन 220 इक्वल्स टू I1। अब ये 0 और ये 0 कैंसिल हो जाएगा, देन वी कैन डिवाइड 2 5 are 10 and 2 11 are 20। So we get I1 equals to 5 upon 11। ओके, तो I1 की वैल्यू हमको मिल गई 5 upon 11। अब क्या करते हैं? केस 2 सॉल्व करते हैं। ओके, केस 2। अब पावर की वैल्यू यानी कि P2 कितना है? 60 वॉट्स है, एंड volt is going to remain same. Volt does not change in a parallel connection, so volts will be 220। Again we will be using the same formula। Power यहाँ पे P1 है तो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा P2 equals to V into I2। करंट चेंज होने वाला है इसलिए I1 और I2 हो जाएगा। वोल्ट्स चेंज नहीं हो रहे इसलिए V1 V2 नहीं होगा, V ही होगा, क्योंकि वोल्ट चेंज नहीं हो रहा है। अब पावर तो कितना है? 60, वोल्ट्स 220 एंड इनटू I2। तो I2 की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी? ये 220 आ जाएगा नीचे, सो दिस विल बिकम 60 अपॉन 220 इक्वल्स टू I2। अब ये 0 और ये 0 कैंसिल, 2 3s are 6, 2 11s are 22, and therefore I2 equals to 3 upon 11। तो I1 मिल गया और I2 मिल गया। So total current flowing through the conductor will be equal to I1 plus I2। तो हमको क्या निकालना है? How much current will flow in the conductor? So total current flowing in the conductor equals to I1 plus I2, that is equal to I1 plus I2। तो I1 की वैल्यू लिख दो। I1 की वैल्यू है 5/11 एंड I2 की वैल्यू है 3/11। ये हो गया 8/11। अब इसको सॉल्व करते हैं। 8 डिवाइडेड बाय 11, चलो यहां पे कर देता हूं 8 डिवाइडेड बाय 11। 11 zeros are 0, देन डेसिमल आ जाएगा, फिर 80, 11 sevens are 77, 10 में से 7 गए 3, 7 में से 7 गए 0, देन 30 एंड 11 2s are 20। सो आपकी वैल्यू क्या आ गई? 0.72। सो यू गेट 0.72। अब क्या फाइंड किया था हमने? करंट, और करंट का यूनिट क्या होता है? एम्पियर्स। तो यूनिट लिखना मत भूलना। सो दिस विल बिकम 0.72 amperes। So the current flowing across the conductor is equal to 0.72 amperes। Let us solve the next question. Who will spend more electrical energy? 500 watts TV set in 30 minutes or 600 watts heater in 20 minutes? दोनों में से कौन ज्यादा एनर्जी कंज्यूम करेगा? एक है टीवी सेट जो यूज करता है 500 वाट इन 30 मिनट्स और दूसरा जो है यूज करता है 600 वाट्स इन 20 मिनट्स. सो हमको ढूंढ के निकालना है एनर्जी कौन ज्यादा कंज्यूम करता है. और इसमें हमको क्या क्या गिवन है पहले वो लिख लो. पावर दिया हुआ है तो पावर टी रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे फॉर टीवी. पावर कंज्यूम बाय टीवी कितना है 500. एंड दूसरा है हीटर तो मैं यहां लिख देता हूं पीएच यानी कि पावर ऑफ हीटर कितना है 600 वाट्स. टाइम टेकन बाय टीवी दैट इज T1 is equal to 30 minutes and power taken by the second one that is the heater is 20 minutes yani T2 equals to 20 minutes. We have to find energy and the power is available with us and time is also available with us. We have seen the formula power equals to energy upon time. Power equals to energy upon time. So obviously energy will be equal to power into time. तो पहले वाला एनर्जी निकालते हैं फॉर टेलीविजन इक्वल्स टू पावर इनटू टाइम यानी कि PTV इनटू टाइम T1. So power consumed by the television is 500 watts. So here it will be 500 and time is 30 minutes. But we have to first convert minutes into seconds. So we have to multiply it by 60. Now why are we multiplying it by 60 in order to convert it into seconds? Why do we want seconds here? Because watt into second, 1 watt into 1 second makes 1 joule and joule is a unit of energy. So we are doing this in order to convert this into joules. So let us multiply this. 5 3s are 15, 15 6s are 90. Okay, 5 3s are 15, 15 6s are 90 यानी कि इन तीनों का मल्टीप्लिकेशन हम कर दिया. अब बचे हुए जीरोस ऐड कर दो 2 3 एंड 4. सो 1 2 3 4 एंड दिस इज वाट सेकंड यानी कि जूल्स. नाउ दिस इज द एनर्जी दैट इज कंज्यूम्ड बाय द टेलीविजन इन 30 मिनट्स. नाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड बाय द हीटर. सो आई विल राइट एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड बाय द हीटर इक्वल्स टू पावर इनटू T2. सो हीटर ने कितना पावर दिया है? हीटर को 600 वॉट्स का पावर दिया है. सो यहां पे आ जाएगा 600 इनटू टाइम T2 दैट इज 20 मिनट्स. अगेन वी हैव टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू सेकंड्स सो मल्टीप्लाई इट बाय 60. सो वी गेट 6 इनटू 2 इनटू 6. 6 2s are 12 and 12 6s are 17. अब बचे हुए जीरो डाल दो 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 और ये यूनिट हो जाएगा इसका जूल्स. Now you can easily say which one is consuming more energy. Obviously, television set is consuming more energy as compared to the heater. Television कितना यूज कर रहा है? Units 10, 100, 1000, 10,000 and lakhs. So 9 lakh joules and here 7 lakh 20,000 joules. So obviously you have to write the ending statement that the television is consuming more energy than the heater. Now let us solve the last question. An electric iron of 1100 watts is operated for 2 hours daily. What will be the electrical consumption expenses for that in the month of April? The electrical company charges ₹5 per unit of energy. Charges क्या है इलेक्ट्रिकल कंपनी के? एक यूनिट पे 5 रुपए लगने वाले हैं. And 1 unit we have seen earlier. What is 1 unit? 1 unit is nothing but 1 unit is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour. So here if you see the power is given in watts. First we have to convert it into kilowatts and then we have to see total number of hours for which the electric iron is operated in the month of April. अप्रैल महीने में कितने दिन होते हैं? अप्रैल महीने में होते हैं 30 दिन होते हैं और हर एक दिन में कितने घंटे यूज हो रहा है? 2 घंटे यूज हो रहा है. एक दिन में 2 घंटे और अप्रैल के महीने में रहते हैं 30 दिन. तो ऑब्वियसली 30 दिन में कितने घंटे हो जाएंगे? 30 into 2 दैट इज 60 आवर्स. यानी कि इलेक्ट्रिक आयन अप्रैल महीने में टोटल कितने आवर्स के लिए यूज होगा? इट विल बी यूज्ड फॉर 60 आवर्स. ओके, नाउ लेट अस सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. फर्स्ट वी विल राइट डाउन द गिवन थिंग्स. First, power of iron, that is 1100 watts. So if I want to convert it into kilowatts, I will have to divide it by 1000. Divided by 1000. 1000 से क्यों divide किया? Because 1000 watts make 1 kilowatt. So I have to divide it by 1000. So ये बन गया 11 divided by 10, that is 1.1 kilowatts. पावर अभी किलोवाट्स में आ गया, दैट इज 1.1 किलोवाट्स. अब टोटल आवर्स फॉर विच द आयन इज कंज्यूम्ड, टोटल नंबर ऑफ आवर्स फॉर विच आयन इज ऑपरेटेड, विल बी इक्वल टू हाउ मच? अप्रैल महीने में होते हैं 30 डेज और हर दिन कितना यूज हो रहा है? 2 घंटे यूज हो रहा है. So total number of hours equals to 30 into 2 equals to 60 hours. Now the total number of hours for which the iron was operated is 60 hours, क्योंकि 30 days अप्रैल में होते हैं और हर एक दिन में 2 घंटे वो आयन यूज किया गया. तो ऑब्वियसली 30 डेज में कितने हो जाएंगे? 30 into 2 that is 60 hours. अब हमको फाइंड आउट करना है कि कितनी एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड हुई. So we know that energy consumed equals to power into time. Energy consumed equals to power into time. Power अभी हमने कर दिया किलोवाट्स में, तो वो हो गया 1.1 किलोवाट्स and into time that is 60 hours. So that will be 60 hours. अब इन दोनों का मल्टीप्लिकेशन कर दो, 1.1 into 60, 1.1 into 60. 6 1 6, 6 1 6 और ये 0. डेसिमल आफ्टर 1 पॉइंट, यानी कि वी गेट 66 किलोवाट आवर. ओके, 66 किलोवाट आवर एंड किलोवाट आवर इज नथिंग बट यूनिट्स. ओके, तो ये क्या हो गए? हाउ मच एनर्जी इज कंज्यूम्ड? इट इज 66 यूनिट्स. सो टोटल एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल इज 66 यूनिट्स. नाउ द रेट इज ऑल्सो गिवन. 1 यूनिट पे कितना चार्ज लगने वाला है? 5 रुपए लगने वाले हैं. ओके, सो मैं यहां पे लिख देता हूं रेट इज इक्वल टू ₹5 पर यूनिट. ₹5 पर यूनिट. तो 66 यूनिट्स के लिए कितना चार्ज लगेगा? देयरफॉर टोटल कॉस्ट इक्वल्स टू रेट इनटू कंजम्पशन. रेट है 5 रुपए और कितने यूनिट्स कंज्यूम हुए? 66 यूनिट्स कंज्यूम हुए. तो 5 into 66. 5 6 30, 3 कैरी, 5 6 30 plus 3 33. सो टोटल कॉस्ट रुपीज में कितनी आई? ₹330. तो जब आयरन को यूज किया गया रोज 2 घंटे के लिए इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल में थे 30 डेज, तो टोटल आवर्स आए 60 और इसको हमने कन्वर्ट किया इनटू एनर्जी कितनी यूज हुई? दैट इज इक्वल टू पावर इनटू टाइम एंड वी गेट 66 यूनिट्स. और हर एक यूनिट के लिए लगता है 5 रुपए, तो ऑब्वियसली 66 यूनिट्स के लिए लगेंगे 66 into 5 दैट इज 330 रुपीज. सो वी हैव कंप्लीटेड द न्यूमेरिकल्स फ्रॉम द एक्सरसाइज. वी विल मीट इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो with the explanation on solved examples of the same chapter.